up, y'all? It's me. I'm back with my little corner of the internet. If you're new here, thank you for coming. Make sure you subscribe, smash the button. If you've been here before, then I want to thank you for coming back. I know we've been doing all things Black history, and I told you guys I have read Bell Hooks, All About Love. So today I want to talk about some of the lessons that I learned while I read the book. And see, today I'm prepared because I was talking to my friend about it, and I wrote a bunch of notes trying to explain what I felt. So I'm just going to read you all the notes that I already wrote because I'm a professional. Okay, at this point, I'm a professional. And also, we're up to 940 subscribers. So thank you guys for, doing your part. About 60 subscribers away from monetization. And it's my birthday. So if you want to give me a birthday gift, feel free to go ahead and hit the button right now. I'll wait. Anyway, we have a live studio audience. Anyway, okay, so I finished the book and this is what I felt. First, I liked it a lot, but it was like really heavy. It's a really heavy read. I would say that you would have to read it like 2 to 3 times to really get the weight of everything she's saying. And I would say like simply reading it is like not enough. Like you have to like try to practice and apply the techniques. So for myself, I felt like I had some work to do in order to receive the love I want and maintain it. And I think that when you read it, it gives us all the opportunity to like look at how we're behaving, how our actions are when we're triggered, and say, okay, how can I be like a better individual to the people that I care about, to the people that I love, or to even create like a loving environment around myself. One thing she talks about is like, it's important that we learn to be more forgiving and like open to second chances. That came up a lot. Like, and I think in ways she does it, she kind of reminds us like, if you're coming into these relationships imperfect with your traumas and your childhood and your heartbreaks and all of these things that are going on in you, it's almost unfair to expect another person to come in, understand you completely, and that relationship to be easily formed and maintained. Like, a lot of times people get caught up and swept up in this like lusty infatuation of a person because it's like attraction, but like attraction and love are not the same thing. So you can be caught up with a person and be very attracted to them and like them a lot and feel like this passionate chemistry, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're loving them. You can be in love, right? But love in itself is like an action, like a will to do something. And it is more than possessing a partner. It's more than being with someone every day. It's more than sex. Like, it's about supporting someone else on their spiritual journey. Like that, she defines it. She says, love is the will to nurture oneself or another on their journey to spiritual growth. So if that's our goal in love, then love in itself is about giving someone the freedom and the opportunity to reach their heights, right? Let's see. The other thing that really comes up is like, it's your own responsibility to open your heart. Like, okay, I get it. You got your heart broken. You're cynical. You think it's funny to say niggas ain't shit. You think it's funny to be like, I don't trust women. You think it's funny to womanize and take up all these habits that we see in like the media and we see, kind of being like normalized amongst our friends. But ultimately, like those jokes and those attitudes and those behaviors are the very things that are limiting your ability to have and maintain love. Like, you're self-sabotaging yourself. And also just keeping those thoughts in your head isn't creating an environment to create. So even if love was to come across you, you would think it was a joke. You'd be too paranoid. So it's like, open your heart. That's your responsibility. No one's going to come in and, swoop you off your feet and then you're going to make all these changes. No, change now. Like, build it and then they will come. Do the work now. Yes, it's hard. I understand that. Do the work. Okay. So then she goes on. Let's see. I got my notes here. Okay, another key takeaway is acknowledging the incompleteness in all of us. I think like the gender wars make us feel like aliens to one another, but overall, both genders seek love. They just want someone else to take the lead, which is kind of sad, but also kind of a relief. It's okay to love first. Most will delight in it. And so when I said that, it's like she kind of talks about how women go about getting love. And she says women tend to be taught how to use manipulation techniques in order to get a man, but they're never really taught how to truly be loving individuals to keep a man. When we're taught how to truly nurture and love somebody, we're taught how to keep a child, but not an adult. And so sometimes our more compassionate actions don't go to our partners. And she kind of encourages to change that way. She also talks about how men are taught to repress their emotions. They're taught to withhold information, and they're taught this patriarchal idea of what it is to be a man, which limits their opportunities to express love and like the ways that women can express them. Now, knowing this, it gives you the opportunity to be more gentle with your approach, right? So sitting there asking a man who has encountered patriarchy all his life to tell you about his feelings, maybe it's you. Like, maybe you're the problem. Like, because you're asking somebody to reprogram 30 plus years of their life because it would make you feel reassured when they don't have those tools and resources yet. Nor do you have the tools and resources to understand him and make him feel loved yet. And you have to be patient while you cultivate that. Because, like, true love takes time and effort and work. It's not going to be you understanding them and them understanding you in a day. It's not going to happen. And that's okay. You know, delayed gratification is okay. Like, if you want it to last forever, you do not have to rush it. Let's see. Okay, so last thing I learned in a spirit of brevity is I think to value the love of self, of family, of friends just as highly as we value romantic love, right? When we have wonderful and full relationships in all aspects of our life, romantic love becomes less difficult to navigate. And so when I say that, like, if I'm a really good friend, I'm a really good family member, I understand the purpose of serving another person, understand being compassionate, being trustworthy, being loyal. I understand the foundation of what creates a loving environment, that when romantic love comes my way, it's not me hustling and shuffling to make all these changes. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh, I'm going to wait until I meet somebody, then I'm going to clean up my act. You're risking the very thing you manifested. But, you know, clean up your act, and then when love finds you, you don't have to go recreating yourself or even hiding your true self to maintain it. You can just be who you are, and also have the tools to be understanding of a person that's coming in that doesn't have the same tools or navigation or understanding of love as you do. Anyway, those are my quick takeaways of the book. I'll probably do some chapter breakdowns later on this week. So stay tuned for that. And I appreciate you for coming in. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. We'll be back for more videos. I'm also reading The Road Less Traveled by William Speck. So if you want to read that with me, go ahead and start now because I'm only on like chapter 2. So let's get into it. All right. See y'all later.